And then we're going to go head side to side. And we're going to twist. And I'm going to roll it all the way around. And the other way. And we're just going to put the hands on the back of the head and roll forwards. And just take it back. And the other way. I guess now. Good. And then pinch the shoulder blades back, lifting the chin nice and high. And we're going to bring the arms down and circle. And change direction. And then we're going to go forwards and backwards. And side to side. And then I'm going to circle. So trying to keep the hips still. And the other way. Change direction again. And the other way. And we're going to go arm back. And the other way. So when you're doing these, think about keeping your palm facing the ceiling. So as if you were holding something. Change direction. Ooh, big click. Change direction. And we're going to go 2 straight arms back. So make sure the chest and upper back is getting involved. So lift it up. Change direction. Good, and I'm going to go up. And then bring them out. So the palms are still up. And then we're going to go diagonal. And then we're going to add in the little tap. Good. And we're just going to let the shoulders relax. Circles. Other way. Good. Elbows. Other way. And then big circles. Change. So we're going sort of sideways with these. And then we're going to take the elbows up, shoulder height, hands are flat, and we're just going to do a little twist. I hope you can't hear the noises that my back is making. It's gross. And then we're going to pinch it back. And diagonal. And then straight arms, chop them back. Diagonal. Good, and then we're going to take the hands behind the back, link them together, push the chest forwards, pull the hands up and away from the bum. A bit higher if you can. And then you're just going to pull them side to side. And then pulse it up. Hold it. Chest forwards. And release. Circle the hips. Now my hips are clinking. By the way, this is what happens when you do 3 days of no classes. Apparently, I fall apart. Other way again. So we're just going to let the head drop a little bit lower in this one. And the other way. And then we're going to switch, add the hands. So as we go back, lift the chest. Push through the hands. And the other way. Good. And just bounce them side to side. And then we're going to turn the toes out. And we're going to squat it down. And we're going to hold this. And we're going to take the elbows, pop them into the knees and give them a little push. Make sure you're not just collapsing into this, so nice and active. Straighten those legs out and just hinge forwards. And then we're going to arch and round the back. So hold blocks or hold your shins if you need to. Good, and then we're going to take it over to one side, turn the toes up. Switch. Switch. So the straight leg, we're going to think about turning the toes back as much as possible and pushing this knee as open as possible. And switch. Good, and then we're just going to take it over into our lunge. So we're going hips down. Just going to drop this down a little bit. Straighten out that front leg. And forwards. Back. Push it forwards, drop that knee down, hands to the inside of that front foot. Let it roll onto the outside of the foot and the knees sink out to the side. If you're happy, give it a little push as extra. Hand back down, wiggle that foot across, going into that pigeon. And then we're just going to rock weight onto the bum cheek and then to the opposite hip. And then rock forwards and lie the body down. If you wanted to intensify it, you're going to take the opposite arm to the bent leg and post it through the gap. Turn the chest. And come out. We're going to lift the chest up as much as we can. Hand onto knee and foot. Make sure the hips are pushing forwards, and we're going to bend that back leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hold it. No, we're not going to catch it yet because we're going to do it again in a minute with a block. And let it go. Hands back down, tuck your toes. Take it back to plank and bring the opposite leg through. And then we're going hips down. And straighten out that front leg. And forwards again, hips down. And back. And then we're going to sink it forwards. And we're going to push that knee out to the side. So I'm going to the edge of this foot. Then I'm going to bring it across into a pigeon. If I can. Then just use that back leg, so tuck the toe, make sure it feels like the knee and the top of the foot are pushing down, not like rolled out like this, okay? And then we're just gonna rock from bum cheek to opposite hip. And push the opposite hip down and lie both down. And add that little twist if you wanted to. And then bring it up. And we're going hand onto knee and ankle. And then we're gonna bend that back leg, making sure it goes up, not in. And then hold it. Good. Step it back. And then we're going to drop the knees down and we're going to circle the chest. And the other way. And then we're going to round and arch. Then we're going to just reverse it into our puppy pose. So bum above knees, thumbs up, looking straight out ahead. And then we're going to push forwards into our Sphinx. Chest pushing forwards, chin lifted. Push through the fingertips, lift up, take it back down. So just make sure the feet aren't too wide. It goes to me too. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So think about chest pushing forwards as much as possible, pinching the shoulder blades together. And then we'll lift the hips again. Armpits back down, thumbs are up. Back to all fours, and we're just going to take it into a little lat stretch. So I want to start with my hips a bit further forwards and my knees. One hand stays out, the other hand comes in. I'm going to turn my chest slightly, sink my hips back and bend as I push this armpit down towards the floor. If you don't feel it, raise this hand. So put it on a block or on a chair. And switch sides. Good. And take it down straight flat onto the tummy. I'm going to get the chest a little bit. So arms out in that T shape. Opposite foot is going to twist towards the floor. Trying to keep that backhand flat. If you're happy, creep this one in. Use it to give you a little push. Or pinch it back if you wanted to. When it goes back, make sure you don't just sort of drop it like this. Keep it so that the back of the hand is rotating towards the other back of the hand. And switch sides. So arm goes out straight, twist, pinch. And then back to the middle. So this time the arm you can't see is bending. Oh, sorry, no, it's lifting. So it's staying straight, but it's going up to like 45 degrees. And twist. So again, if you were super loose and comfy in this, you can lift this one up and pinch back. If you're quite tight like me, keep it here because it helps roll us over. Make sure you don't let yourself just sort of lift up, otherwise you'll lose the stretch in this. So your head should stay down. And swap sides. And then the last one, the arms go out again in line, but they bend so you're at a right angle. Then in this one, what I want you to think about is just every few seconds, push your hand into the floor for about 3 seconds and then relax. And then push and relax. And switch. So just a few little pushes in, relax. And then take it back onto your front. Hands in line with the shoulders, elbows are pointing up, and we're just going to try and pinch the shoulder blades together and lift the hands. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push back up. Think chest forwards, chin lifted. Good. Okay, so I want some blocks. My friend is escaping my hair contraction. And so you want some blocks, and then if you had sort of a small hand weight or the little, I was using a peanut or a Coke can. Literally can't find any of it. Thanks to Bella. Oh, I found it. Here's my simple peanut. So we're going to come back to the shoulders in just a sec. We're going to do just a little bit more on your pigeon hips bit. So we're just going to warm the glutes up a bit more. So you're going to lie back, and you're going to have your leg crossed over like this. Okay. Think about bringing the foot towards the hip there so that you are comfortable. And then I'm going to just draw circles with my straight leg up and as close to my face as I can. 4 in one direction. And I'm going to change direction. And I'm going to switch. I'm going to slide myself back up. Change direction. Sit on again. And then we're going to cross back over to the opposite one. Bring that heel nice and close towards your bum. Use your hands to just push that knee out. If you don't really feel very much, you're going to let the legs lift. Grab a hold of around the thigh and use your elbow to push that knee out to the side. Make sure your body is relaxed back and down, so you're not up here like this. Then we're going to do 8 little extensions of this straight leg. And then you're going to hold it straight. And if you can, you're going to reach over and pull it towards you. And we're going to switch. So, foot nice and close to your bum. Push this knee out to start with. And then bring it up and catch. Push the knee out using your elbow. And then we're going to extend. And keep it straight. If you can, reach over. And then pull it towards you. Good. We're going to sit up. We're going to cross the leg over again and we're going to lean forwards. Then we're going to hold onto the foot, onto the knee, and we're going to rock. Now if you're better with your glutes than mine are, pull this right up towards your shoulder. Try and keep your back nice and flat. Swap, so we're going to cross it over and lie down it. And then we're going to hold the foot, hold the knee, rock. We're going to see if we can get the foot into that elbow. And I'm thinking about pulling the foot towards my knee. Try and keep the back flat. Down. Good. Okay, so then we're just going to do a bit more shoulders. So grab a couple blocks. One to start with, sorry. So, same as normal. So I'm putting my elbow onto the block. I'm going to have my head down, this arm out straight. I'm going to go for 8 like this, and then I'm going to go for 8 like this, making sure that the push in this exercise is going that way. And in this one, I don't let it roll in as I come up. I'm trying to push it towards the back wall as it comes up. Okay? You. And then once you've done it, switch sides. And then once you've done 8 on each side, just taking your yoga blocks, 2 if you have them. I'm going to go back into our puppy pose. I'm going to put my forearms onto my block. Now, if you have a really stiff, angry neck that doesn't like to get involved in the movements, which is me, I would use an extra block if you have one here, and you're going to put your chin onto it. You might want it flat, see how you feel. And then we're going to slide a little bit further forward so that the elbows are on. She says she's going to have issues. And then we're going to lift the hands up. Okay, so we're going to go into our, sorry, I've got a little pop-up. Go away. So we're going to go into our pigeon. I'm going to use blocks. It's up to you if you want to use them or not. When we've been doing pigeon, I've gone on quite a lot about whether it's an honest pigeon or not. So when I say honest pigeon, that refers to the angle of the front leg. In some, pigeon's so controversial, so it's one of the reasons I hate it, because I can't find like a definitive how-to that I can stick to. For example, loads of people say that you shouldn't fold forwards in a pigeon. When you fold over that front leg, that you're completely losing the stretch, which you are losing the stretch in the back hip, but you're increasing the stretch in the glute, which is where I feel pigeon most. So that's like a conflicting thing of what one person says is right and one person says is wrong. The angle of that front leg as well seems to be the heat of great discussion, because loads of people say the advanced version is for it to be honest, so for it to be out at like a 90 degree to the hip bones, but then other advanced options have the foot completely tucked in so that you could hold it with the opposite hand around the back, which you obviously can't do if you're in an honest one. So yeah, so how honest you choose to make your pigeon is your choice. I think a lot of it is actually dictated by the shape of the hip. So like for me, certain positions just feels like there's bone in the way and I can't do it, where another position might feel super easy. So yeah, what I do want you to think about is the position of your hip bones. So in a pigeon, what most people tend to do, myself included, is they'll get, say, into this part of the stretch, and then they will sit on this back bum cheek, okay? It'll cause the back leg to roll out slightly so that my hip isn't doing anything. But also, if you were to look at me straight on, instead of being here, which is more squared, you can see that I dump over onto just this front leg side because it's comfy and it's easy. So don't let that happen. Make sure you feel squared. If whilst you're squared, your hips sit on the floor, great. If they don't, use blocks, okay? So you're gonna take it into a pigeon. You're gonna make it as honest or dishonest as you like. And then you're gonna lift the chest up. You're gonna make sure the back hip is rolling forwards and down. And then I'm gonna use my spare blocks to lift my chest up. We're going to tuck the toes under on the back leg and we're going to do 8 little lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then relax it. We're going to kick that back leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My knee's trying to escape a little bit. Then we're going to bend it. We're going to see if we can catch it with the same hand, making sure that we don't just roll onto that hip side like this. Pull it in. If you can, bring it to the elbow. Hand goes up. If you can, the other hand comes up over your head. And this they call the mermaid, I think. Then from here, we're just going to think about crunching. Crunch is the wrong word in the back then, sorry. We're going to think about sort of squeezing, lifting the chest, and trying to get these fingertips closer towards this toe. So my chest is still going forwards. The movement shouldn't feel like it's just here, it should feel like it's both sides together. Relax. Come out, switch sides. Don't be surprised if one side feels completely different to the other. That side for me is always honest in how it's more comfortable if I go a bit more honest. Well, this side's really twisted. This side likes to lie. No. She says it actually is not too far off today. So I'm using my box to lift up. So the key with this, to do with squaring those hips, is genuinely feeling like your chest is pushing forwards, okay? You can feel when it's you forcing your shoulders level versus when they are just sat level. So we're going to tuck your toes under. We're going to lift it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hold it. And good. Check that leg's not escaping. And then we're going to kick up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it. Square it. See if you can catch it without twisting too much. If you can, bring it to the elbow. And then I'm going to do a little reach back. And let it go. Come out. So we're going to switch sides, but we're going to use the strap this time. So I'm pretty sure you all know by this point, King Pigeon is my least favourite move that has ever existed in any type of flexibility class. Therefore, it is the one that I just never, ever do. So the last time I tried this was the last time we did it together, which would have been 8 weeks ago because Joe did the one in the middle. But Joe's wonderful at it, so yeah. I hate it so much. The reason I think I hate it is that I am really uncomfortable in the position. I don't breathe. I just freak out. I get really tense. My head sticks forwards instead of taking it backwards. Everything you could possibly do wrong in this movement, my body naturally does, okay? Which is just, as I said, because I never ever practice it, okay? Which is terrible for me to be saying as a teacher because I'm probably not going to start practicing it because I still hate it. But yeah. I suppose it shows that we are one. I'm not happy with absolutely everything like some of you sometimes think I am. So we're gonna go into this anyway. The point of my little mini rant is similar to box splits if you've been doing those with me. I'm gonna go into this. What I want you to do is I want you to relax. I want you to breathe. I want you to think about squaring the body off. I don't care how close your hand and your foot are getting, okay? If you're a super bendy and you want to really push this, please do. If you hate this position like me, just find a spot that you can actually breathe in and try and stay there, okay? I think the most I ever hold this for is like 5-10 seconds because I think I'll die. So my aim is for us to hold it for about 30 seconds. So if that means foot and hand are this far apart, but you're holding it and you're breathing, I'm good with that. Okay, right. And if you go to the extreme and you can't hold it for 30 seconds, screw you for being that flexible. Okay, so get into that pigeon again. And then we're going to think about chest is lifting up and forwards and head goes backwards. Let's just hold it here for a couple secs. And then we're going to bend the back leg. We're going to grab the strap. And we're going to pull the elbow in towards the hip and rotate. And then we're going to get it with both hands. And relax. Good job. We're going to switch sides. I'm going to create my camera up a tiny bit so I can actually see my arms. So switch sides. Hopefully you didn't go too horribly hard. I'm going to make you do another round after this, but only one more. To try and see. Specificity! That is the word of lockdown, if you've been doing classes with me, I think. It's the principle of actually training the move you're aiming for instead of the 10,000 supporting movements, which is what we know I like to do. You break it down into individual pieces. I'm quite good at combine all the bastards together and I can't do it. Oh dear. I can't remember if I did this on the last one with my little extensions again. I feel like I didn't. I feel like I just held it. It's all gone to pot. I can't remember what's going on now. What I do remember is I walked into it a little bit, tried to open my chest, pinch my shoulder blades together, and take my head back. And then we're going to bend that leg. Find the strap. I feel like that wasn't as long. My bad. Should have put a timer on. Okay, so we're going to do it one more time on each side. This time, if you were like me, taking it a bit easier, you have the choice. So you can push it harder, just so that you can get your progress picture to see where you're at. Or you can take it easy again and try and just hold it a little bit longer for the same thing. So trying to calm the nervous system so that you'd actually be able to push further in the future, but not necessarily today. I'm going to go for option number 2. Still going to push as hard as I can, but not into where I stop breathing. Yeah. Okay, so up to you. If you want to push really, really hard, and then when you feel like, right, that's as close as I'm getting, hold it for a split second, ping out, but get a really nice photo, or crawl it back to where you know you can try and hold for another like 10 seconds. Okay, last go. So, oh, strap onto the other foot. Friggin' hate King Pigeon. I won't mind, but it's so cool. I would love to be able to do this. Just clearly don't love enough to actually practice it. Come on. So, thought about bringing it out to creep it across and then switch sides. I can move my hands if my head is lifted, but if my head is back, I cannot, and that is what you need at that point, is not to move the head, otherwise you block the shoulder. But I just can't do it. Maybe I should do it really slack. I'm just talking to myself here, guys. Dog is gonna take up. He's out. Come here. Come here. Quick. Quickly. It's patterning head. Right. Good job, guys. Hopefully that felt right. So we're just going to take it to our back. Just going to bring my knees in and have a little rock. And then we're just going to rock backwards and forwards. And then take it back down again. Squeeze the knees in. Think tailbone in the back of the neck pushes into the floor. Gizmo. Stop it. Twist. Switch. No. And then we're just going to sit up. I'm going to take the feet wide and I'm just rounding my back. And arch, round. Flatten it, round. Flatten, round. Bring one foot in front of the other. And then just walk it forwards. Switch. Good. And then we're just gonna stretch the neck. So push away with this one. And swap. And then chin to chest. Add a little bit of weight, so hands on the back of the head. Bring the fingertips together behind your back and plant them on the floor, and then push the chest forwards. Relax. Well done. So make sure you tag me in your pictures. Yeah, and I'll see you on Monday. Oh no, see you on Sunday, but I don't know what, I think it's meant to be needles, but I can't remember. And then I'll see you on Monday for some handstands.